Hi, what time is it? It's time to mind your business. I am Amma Duncan. I am a corporate trainer, small business consultant, coach, and founder of the Fabulous Woman Network. I like to come your way on Tuesdays at 12 noon GMT, talking about business and the different ways that you and I can create wealth and impact people. This is through my video podcast called Mind Your Business. Now, today's episode has been inspired by a very good friend of mine who recently reached out to me with a story which I'm going to share. I have entitled this episode, You're Already a Rockstar. Yes, you looking at me, watching my bald head right now. You are a rock star. Just put your hand right here. I'm going to do this with you. Repeat after me. I am a rock star. Now, why is this even necessary? Why do we need this affirmation today? Well, I'm going to tell you the story, like a bit of it. So this friend of mine reached out to me recently. She's about to apply for another job. Yeah, she's in one and she's looking to move forward. And she's asking that, okay, so Amma, for a period of my life, I wasn't working for someone. I was running my own business. And I feel like these people, they have their own requirements for this job. You know how HR people have requirements for the job, and if they see that for a brief period I wasn't actually on the field working, but I was running my own business, they might not take me. And I'm sitting there thinking, why would you do that? Actually, the fact that you run your own business for that number of years is one of the biggest things that stands you out from other candidates. And I was speaking from my perspective as someone who has been recruiting. I used to be in HR for 8 years. I still help companies recruit. So these are some of the things that really stand candidates out. So why was she going on and on about how HR professionals have their own qualifications? And as I was even listening to her and the role she was looking for, this is what just dropped in my spirit. Actually, the company will be privileged to have you, because this lady, apart from the fact that she had already performed a similar role that she is now looking for in her previous job and even in her current job, the fact that she also ran her own business gave her a wide range of experiences that makes her perfect for this new role that she was looking to fill. But for her, she thought that X factor, she didn't see it as an X factor. She thought it was, I can't explain myself. I'm doing this. I am really the sort of recruiter that gets impressed about things that stand people out, things that people will think, that makes you odd. For me, I see that as so impressive. And I'm not just saying this. Let me prove to you with just one example for the many different experiences I've had. So when I used to work in corporate, I was in human resources. And my company used to recruit a lot from the universities, either for internships or national service. So if you're in Ghana, national service is where after college or university or polytechnic, you get to serve your country for a year by working in an organization. So it's really good for you, but we call it national service. And the place I was working was a hotel. So we would have all these university graduates and blah, blah, blah come in, and we would give them jobs like go into housekeeping and clean or become a waiter and things like that. For some of them, it was a challenge, and it was always interesting to see how they would react. There was this one time, there was this particular young man. He came in from university with a degree in I forget which subject, but he was so brilliant at his job as a waiter. You'd see him carrying the plate, so happy, conversing with the clients, getting along with the employees. There was just something about him, his attitude, and he was this tall giant, but he had such a beautiful spirit. And so anytime we would need extra hands in human resources, I would recommend that, hey, call that young man, let him come over. He has such a beautiful personality. He would do the work, he would ask questions, he would make us laugh and all that. And so I always, kept him in view. I really liked his personality and his willingness, especially to learn and, always asking questions and all that. So a few months after they started the national service, one of the staff in my department, human resources, resigned. And so I was like, you know what, let's bring that young man to support us in human resources. So he was supporting us here and there, doing filing work, running errands, and his attitude was just beautiful. He never complained that, oh, this is too little for me. And I know this because we've had past interns who you would ask to go and do something like run an errand, and this particular boy said, oh, I didn't come here to run errands. So, it was really outstanding for this boy to, well, he wasn't a boy, he was a young man, to really be doing the work from his heart, and it was just beautiful. And soon after, I had to leave that job. I had to resign to focus on my own business. And I recommended that, hey, let's train him to manage. I know he can handle the role of human resources officer, so let's train him. So I did train him, I think only for 2 months, and I had to leave the organization. A week or so after I had left, I went to visit another hotel that the manager was my former colleague. And my former colleague mentioned in passing that, Amma, I'm looking for a human resources manager. Do you know anyone? I thought for a while and said, you know what? There is one person that I can vouch for. I mean, if I could hire anyone for anything, it's this person I would hire. He doesn't have a lot of experience, but his attitude is positive, he's willing to learn, he's sharp, and he can do this job. Now, get this. This young man didn't have human resources experience. I mean, he was fresh out of university, and we had only been training him in human resources for maybe 3 or so months from national service. So he's not your typical human resources manager. But my former colleague said, you know what, let me interview him. He did interview him. He loved him. He gave him the role of human resources manager. And guess what? He did that role for 3 or so good years, and he aced it. He aced it. While he was there, he won a few awards, HR awards in Ghana. And then he moved on to another organization, also a hotel, now managing over 100 staff. And he's still acing it. Just a couple of weeks ago, he won another award. He's won 3 awards already, and this is someone who didn't have any prior experience or training in human resources. It was actually after he had gotten the job, when we had a conversation about whether he should do his master's in something else, maybe it was a project management or something, I've forgotten. We had that conversation, and I advised him to do the human resources practitioner course, in the one in Ghana, that he's taken it. But apart from that, he didn't have any prior experience or prior training as an HR person, and yet he nailed it. What were the things that stood him out? His attitude, number one. His willingness to smile. His willingness to learn. Yeah, the smile bit too was amazing about him, and it was brilliant for the kind of industry we were in. But his attitude really, and his zeal, and he would ask questions. Even if he didn't know, he would ask. And this young man aced it. I am so proud of him. He's like one of my biggest trophies. I love using his story to talk to other people, especially the youth. And get this about this young man. Another thing that stood him out, which I even found out later, was that while he was at school, he was running small businesses here and there. He also interned at a salon, so he actually knows how to do hair and stuff. He went to work at a fitting shop, like a mechanic shop. I don't know what's the politically correct word to say, but those who fix cars and all that. He actually learned all these. So this is the sort of person who doesn't think anything is below him while he's learning. He is just hungry for the knowledge, and he applies whatever he has learned here. he's very happy to apply it to another place if it works. So he's not sitting there thinking, I haven't had any experience as an HR manager, so I'm not going to go do it. I mean, whether he battled with imposter syndrome or not, it didn't stop him at all. And he went in for this job and he aced it. And so now back to this friend of mine. First of all, like I said, she was already amazing. She was practically the sort of person I would hire for that role. Apart from the fact that she had run her own business and all, she was even doing some of these work for me and then for other organizations that I knew. So she didn't have to have that title from a company for an X number of years before she could say that she would do it. There's such a thing as applicability. Something we have learned from here, we can go and apply it there and it fits. Sometimes our challenge is that, but I haven't done that job before. I haven't had that title as a manager before. I remember about 15 or 16 years ago, while we were in the university, a friend of mine was writing her CV. I think we were in third year. She was writing her CV to apply for jobs in UK or something. You know how vacation we used to go abroad and work. And then she was talking to me about how she needed to prove to her potential employers that she had leadership skills or leadership experience. So we were brainstorming, and I was like, wait a minute. Both of your parents are out of Ghana. They've been out of Ghana for so long. You have been running your home. You have been taking care of your siblings, your younger siblings, the housekeeper and everything. You are in charge. You are literally the operations manager of your home, and you've been running it well. It's not breaking down or anything. That, I think, and this was me 16 years ago, I thought that was so impressive that at your age, at the time we were about 19, 20, we were very young, but this lady had been doing this since about 16 or so, and I thought that was so impressive. That is leadership skills right there. You running everything, having to send people to hospital, deciding what to cook for lunch, dinner, and things. What else is more leadership than this at this your age? I feel like this is the sort of leadership skills you can apply to a job. And whether she believed me or not didn't matter, but from my point of view, that was something that stood her out. You see? So the thing is, in this our job search and in this our pitches and all, let's look for things that stand us out. For me, as someone who used to recruit and still sometimes, please, so don't come at me, I don't always recruit, but occasionally I help organizations fill their roles. These are some of the things that we look for, things that stand you out. Now, the thing we need to do is to look for a way to package the truth about us. Packages to convince the person that we are looking to hire us that we can do this because I have XYZ abilities, I've been able to do XYZ, I have these experiences and I can apply. Prove to them that you can do it once you have that opportunity to sit in front of them. But don't be like, I haven't done this before and I haven't done that before. No, not at all. You don't need to have done the exact thing. You can apply the experiences, knowledge, skills, and abilities that you've acquired somewhere else. You can apply it into the other role. And please, if you've been running your own show and for whatever reason, I know if you run your own business, there are times that you may have to work for someone just to get some income or for whatever reason. Or maybe you love the work and want to go and do it. And there's no shame in that, right? And if for any reason you have to do that, don't ever belittle the fact that you were a one-man business for some time or you were a startup. Don't belittle it because there's such richness in running your own show, making decisions by yourself, trying to run everything. You are chief everything officer, CEO, chief everything officer, running everything. It is not easy. It's not a joke. It's a lot of rich experiences that you can actually apply to that job that you're going for. And please know this, that employer that you're sitting in front of you, when you go for that interview, know this, they are privileged to have you because you are already a rock star. Trust me, you are. You are. A lot of times we are just panicking, so we don't come out the way we are. And sometimes I also do that. You go and sit in front of someone for an interview and you're so nervous, but you are actually already a rock star. If you can tell this to your mind over and over again until you believe it, practice your art, package your experiences, skills, knowledge, everything into one and prove to them that you can do the job. Trust me, you go, and it doesn't matter whoever came with whichever qualification and experiences, you can ace it. Look, if they say no, then the job wasn't meant for you. If they say yes, go do it. If they say no, yeah, you move on to the next, okay? Find another thing to do. There's not only one job that thousands of us are chasing. We just have to be creative and open our eyes to see the possibilities and opportunities all around us. So this has been today's episode. I really wanted it to be short and sweet. Hopefully, the message is simple. You are already a rock star. And if for any reason at all you are in business already and you have to go look for full-time employment and you have to convince them that you can do the job, just search your background. You will see that you already have what it takes and you don't need to make up anything. And you don't need to belittle the experience you've had as a startup or as someone running their own show. And whatever you've done, there is something in there that can help you in the new role that you're looking to have. Okay, so that's it. I hope this has been of value to you. I know that it speaks to me personally because there are times that I am second guessing myself and I'm thinking, oh, I'm not good enough for this or that. I also need to tell myself sometimes that, hey, Amma, you're already a rock star. You are already a rock star. So before I let you go, for this month, from December throughout the first quarter of next year, I am clearing a bit of my calendar to do 30 minutes coaching calls, or what I call discovery calls. Some of you reach out to me, you have questions that require a bit more detail, unpacking. Maybe you are stuck somewhere, you want to do something, you are stuck, or there's a habit you want to change and you are finding a little bit of difficulty here and there, or you're trying to start your own business, you are stuck somewhere, or you are dealing with some sort of indecision or something you want to unpack. You need somebody's ears to talk to them, someone who can just listen, not advise you necessarily, but listen and help you unpack. I am happy to help you with this. If you think this is for you, I am going to add a link to book a discovery call with me. So from this month, from December, you can book a discovery call. It's simple. You click on the link, you read about it, you make payment, and then it will send you to my calendar. You book a date that is suitable for you. If none of the dates is, you can reach out to us on +233 24625 2330, and then I will help you, get a better date that will be more suitable for you. This discovery call will be via Zoom, so you don't need to travel anywhere to meet me. Some of you sometimes ask that we can meet in person. If it's possible and we are in the same city, we can make that happen. However, this one is online. We can make a separate arrangement for if you want it to be in person. I'll be happy to talk to you. I'll be happy to help you sort out whatever is running through your head. Sometimes I just get a call with my coach just to unpack things. The answers are already in you. You just need someone to draw them out, help you draw them out through powerful questions. And I'm happy to help you with that. So click on the link, book it, and know this, my sister, my brother, you are already a rock star. Ta.